Welcome to Around Town, featuring what's happening here in the greater Concord area. I'm your host, Patten. As you can tell, we're now in the holiday mood. Yes, the politics are gone forever, hopefully for another 4 years. But anyhow, we're in the season for Thanksgiving coming up, and then Christmas. So, and with me is Paul Brogan, who is once again coming on to talk with me, and we're going to promote today the Christmas parade, which is on a week from Saturday, which we hope this will get on in time on 22, but it will be on November 19th. It's been traditionally on that day for, I don't know, over 30 years now, I guess, at least.
The Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because it was on... Ooh, excuse me.
Are we keeping you up?
The trouble is, we stayed awake until up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on election night, trying to be who was going to be what.
And congratulations on your decisive win.
Well,
this is your 4th term.
Yes,
correct?
4th term.
Congratulations.
Unfortunately, the Democrats didn't get the House back. It's still in the Republicans. So.
Did they make any gains?
We made a few gains. We gained about, I think they told me today, about 15 seats.
Well, that's at least.
So it's getting near there.
Yes.
But, of course, it was a really tough election.
Oh, the entire. Locally, nationwide.
There are long lines in some places. In some places, they're still doing paper ballot. Can you imagine that? But anyway, thank you. Yes, I want to thank the voters of Ward 8 for coming out like they did. And, they could have bypassed me because I was unopposed. But thank you for casting your vote for me. And I will do the best for you no matter if you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent, or Libertarian, or whatever. I'm here to serve you folks. But that in mind, we'll go back to the fun stuff now. The Christmas parade.
Christmas parade.
65th annual. Can you imagine?
Wow.
65 years. And this is my 45th, and sometimes I think I'm ready to retire. But, I enjoy it, and it's been on the heights here. I'm thinking it's been up here for at least 38 to 39 years.
Back in the 70s.
It
started.
Yeah, when I first got involved with it around 71, they... and then the JCs disbanded, I think, around 1977. I think. It was right around there, 76, 77. And that's when it became like a baseball between the Chamber of Commerce and the Heights Alliance for 2 years. When it was supposed to go back to Main Street, they didn't want it. And so then it stayed here in the Heights. Well, we had some lean years, but now it's back to being one of the biggest parades going, and my only regret is that we don't have a lot of music per se, as far as marching bands. And the big problem is the fact is that it is All-State weekend, or that day is All-State tryouts in Manchester, and that's an important day for for young men and women, because whether it's orchestra, band, or chorus, they want to try out, and to them, the All-State Festival is like their Super Bowl. Now, we've been there for a few times, and I'm telling you, it's a wonderful affair. But anyway, it hurts us in the parade business because we can't get the bands, and Concord High and Merrimack Valley, and we've got the New Hampshire Pipe and Drums again, marching ones. But, excuse me. But I'm not the company, or Ian either. Ian, you gotta keep me awake. But they've got me on new medication they have, and I think that's what's doing it. Today's the first day of it. But anyway, we've got those 3 bands, and of course, like I've said before, Concord does not have a lot of bands anymore.
No, there aren't.
VFW's gone, St. John's High School or Bishop Brady's gone. Rumla doesn't march until spring, if they can then. There's just nothing. And we used to have a lot of drum and bugle corps around the area. There was the Lake Regionaires, there was Hannon's Marauders, you know, and we had both of them used over the year. Belknap County 4-H had a drum and bugle corps at one time. And for some reason, the schools that have football rivalries with Concord won't come because of the rivalry. Belmont and Hillsborough are going to All-State. Woodsville is too. Bow High School doesn't have a band anymore, which it's a concert band, which is sad because they were a good band.
Yes.
When Bill Matevia first went there, he had a top-notch marching band. But see, it all comes down to the band directors. If they don't want to march, if they're more of a concert band, then that's what happens. And they got all those nice uniforms that is wasted, you know. But anyway, we do have this year, because it starts at 9:30 in the morning on the Heights. We start forming at 8 o'clock for floats, and then 8:30 for everything else, and then we step off at 9:25 to hit Loudon Road by 9:30. And the first division is the military division. It's the 75th anniversary of D-Day, and we've tied it in with that. And, you know, I'd like to see more of it, because a few years ago they got upset, the military units did here, the VFW and American Legion, because we didn't follow military protocol.
Right.
I know what it is, but, you know, we look at it as a Christmas parade. We didn't think of the military corps. So now we're very cautious of it, and we have the division set up strictly for that. So hopefully they'll come. If not, well, they've been invited.
Yes.
And because we don't have a Veterans Day parade, and Memorial Day has become very small, you know. But anyway, and then in the regular parade, we've got horses, of course, and dogs. We'll have the floats, marching, decorated vehicles. The theme this year is a futuristic Christmas. So who knows? I don't know if the committee wanted to tie into the Star Wars thing or what, but they thought, well, last year we had one on the past. Let's go to the future. So that's what they've got.
Great. And of course, Santa Claus.
Santa Claus will be at the end. We have a returnee this year for the first time in, I'm guessing, at least 38 years or so, maybe 42 years of the 45 I've been doing it. Ronald McDonald is coming back.
Wow.
From Boston.
Uh-huh.
I had a call yesterday that they're bringing him up from Boston, and of course the last time we had him, he had his train here with him. But
so it sounds like you have things pretty well in hand.
Yeah,
and
we are still in the red.
Uh-huh.
We've had some band sponsors that did not come through this year. I don't know why. I've called a few of them, and they haven't called back. We are getting a few more coming in. Not a few more, but we're hoping to get Havenwood and Stobond. Of course, Stobond does. But,
yes.
you know, it's just, I don't know why, Paul. We have to raise at least $7,000 to do that parade. And the biggest problem is if we don't have the volunteers at the different locations to shut the streets off, the police are going to charge us for another police officer. So as it is, we pay almost $1,500 for the police. So there's your money.
Wow.
So I don't know, but you know, but it will be a good parade,
and hopefully the weather will be pleasant. But even if it's cold, it's worth it to be out there.
As long as it's not raining or snowing.
Yes.
You know, that's the thing that we have to look at. Last year was a little nippy, but it was nice. The sun came out. But, you know, who knows? We just can't pick the weather. So I'll be at the reviewing stand up there by the stove barn. That's where it was last year. And, you know, it could be I'm thinking it should go back down again. And maybe next year we'll maybe CBS or somebody like that would gladly have us come in. But we'll see. But right now it's up there. Dance schools will be there doing their demonstrations like it was Macy's parade. You know how it is for 10 o'clock. And there'll be 6 of them, 6 different groups coming in. And youth groups all the way around. And, you know, it's just going to be a real good parade.
Great.
They all are.
Yeah, of course.
If I had to pick one, even the lean years, and there were some very lean years after the Grange took it over and brought it up here to the Heights, and there was some lean years, you know, but what are you going to do? But now we've built it back up again. It's got to be one of the biggest ones in the state, even against some of the yearly ones, you know. But,
and then 6 days later is the tree lighting. And how is that coming? I read the piece in the Monitor recently about that and the tree. And
well, we're not going to use that tree, unfortunately. The city is not going to use it. They found something else they'd rather use. But I feel bad because the gentleman, Jeff Thornton, and his family were looking forward to it. But
it was a beautiful tree, the picture of
God, was it? It is gorgeous.
Yes. Possibly the best tree you've
it
had
is.
in a
It would
number
have
of
been the
years.
best tree we've had in years. But because it is out in the field, and he has a leach field, and to get out there to get it, they're afraid of his leach field. But I don't know. It's just a bunch of whatever. So, but anyway, yes, the day after Thanksgiving, we'll be doing that, and we have to still raise money. Thanks to Concord Imaging, who has been the major corporate sponsor, but we still have other funds we've got to raise to pay to offset some expenses.
Did you get a response as a result of the piece in the paper at all?
A little, but not much. I've had to redo calls again, and you know, it's very hard. I mean, I know they get hit up locally every day, but when it's something that's local for the people, you would think that they would just go ahead.
And the tree sits there for 5 weeks afterwards for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah.
And it really is symbolic of the season, and it's really lovely. So,
and the Christmas tree, and the nativity scenes there. But we've got a big program planned, and if we have the money, I mean, like I said, you can't just pledge something. You've got to have it in hand, in the bank. Then you know you're all set.
Right.
But we're still waiting for some to come in. They've pledged to us, and I'm hoping that they'll honor their pledge. But
and Santa, of course, is there too. And do you know who's going to be turning the lights on this year?
Not yet, although I have invited Governor-elect Sununu to come. I will say Chris has been, we differed on a couple of things, mainly passenger rail.
Right.
But I will say he has been very cordial, very good to talk to in the years I've been in the legislature. He is very friendly, and just like his brother John was. But where in the past few years we have not been able to get anybody from the State House, let alone City Hall, to come to it, he has said he would be willing. And he's hoping to do that. Now, John Lynch came every year. We even celebrated his birthday there one year with a big cake and everything.
Well, he was so amiable.
Oh, my goodness.
And he loved the community and the state and to be a part of things. He was like a little kid.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, it's no wonder he was elected 4 times. And I think he could still be there.
Oh, I think he
and
could.
he wanted to continue because.
Yeah, he and Susan were at a concert for the Beach Boys. And I got a chance to talk with him. And I said how much we missed him.
Yes.
And everything. But he's teaching up at Dartmouth College now, so that's where he is. But no, we'll start in at 4 o'clock. We've got the horse-drawn wagon rides. We've got petting zoo again, which the kids all love. We've got pony rides, and then Brian Waldron and his band will be there again to play and sing. Santa arrives at 5, courtesy of the fire department, and then we'll be having hot chocolate, hot apple cider, courtesy of Carter Hill Orchard, and there'll be some other goodies to munch on. And then, of course, comes the firework. I mean, worst for count. We'll do the countdown to the tree at 5:59 to light at 6 o'clock, and then the fireworks. And you know, hopefully again, the weather last year was tremendous.
Yes.
And the turnout was tremendous.
Tremendous, it really was.
But it's still a fundraising, and you know, Paul, I don't mind saying that we have not had one law firm this year donate, and I've always had good response from them. Not one has donated.
Because there are so many right around that general area.
Thing. Exactly.
And certainly
but there was one last year who was in that neighborhood who really soured it. And I don't know whether that word spread to the others, said it was frivolous, and whether that spread to the other ones, I don't know.
Nothing that attracts thousands of residents for one reason is frivolous. Anytime you can get thousands of people to share a moment.
I know, and that's what when they interviewed them for TV last year, many of them said, this brings out the community.
Yes.
It's a big event. We bring our grandkids or whatever. We have a family gathering here.
It's a tradition.
Yeah.
It really is.
And then, of course, the Barley House, which is a supporter, they always get busy. It's on the big nights of the year. I know Cheers doesn't hurt too bad either for business, but can't get a donation. But I'm still waiting for donations from Joe King Shoe Shop, because they've been very good in the past to sponsor, and so I'm waiting for theirs. And other than that, there's not much else coming in.
No.
So we'll do what we got. If I have to cancel something last minute, that's the way it goes.
That's the unfortunate reality.
But unfortunately, it's money. But we've spent a lot of time this year on it, and I'm exhausted from it. But now the campaign's done with, and get over these things, and maybe then we can rest a little bit.
Right, and I think that was very draining, particularly the time period from the New Hampshire primary on. I think for some people, it's just this constant onslaught of political and ads and everything else that it just makes you close to a lot of things. And hopefully now people will start being more aware of what's going on, and they may step up. And I think it's going to be very welcome, the tree lighting, when they suddenly realize it's such a nice change from everything else, that I think you'll have a tremendous turnout. But I just hope some of our locals step up and say, this is something for everybody. This is a cause that's worth being a part of.
Sure.
And there's no 250 celebration this year or anything that should be distracting them or making them feel they have to spend their money on that.
Well, I think another thing is the politicians may have drained them of their money too. But
that could be.
But every year we appreciate them. And like I said, for the tree lighting, Concord Imaging has been a godsend. They have given us a nice platinum donation to get us started, and if it wasn't for them, we'd be lost. And Auto Serve of Tilton just came in with their gold donation, which is a nice one. I'm hoping a few others will step up to the plate, but we got Lee Martin from Concord Business Center gave us a surprise gold donation, which was really nice. So, but you want to be able to have this stuff free for people, but can't go in the hole either.
No.
I see downtowns decorated now. They've been decorated since last week. Now that's a first. How many years did they wait until a weekend before Thanksgiving before they started streaming lights? The Heights tree, I noticed, is decorated, but I had a surprise gift from the Hampshire Federal Credit Union. They are giving us $500 for new lights for the Heights tree.
Nice.
But whether or not we can hopefully get them in time and get them up there, because it is late.
I noticed the banners are up here on the Heights.
Yeah, those are, Grange bought those, and they're up, and there's a couple that are missing, and I've asked them where are they. But anyhow, they're up there, and this gives something for the Heights.
It does.
But But yeah, I noticed the tree, the wreaths are all lit.
I mean, I think that's a little premature. I think putting them up is one thing, but I think lighting them 2 weeks before Thanksgiving plus is just too much, and it contributes to the feeling by early December, oh, this holiday season, it feels like it's been here forever. So, but they do look nice, and we commented on that last year, how an improvement it is from what we used to have downtown.
Oh, I know.
It's still not what we grew up seeing, which was magical, but it's definitely a step forward, and it contributes great deal to the downtown feeling.
I was talking with someone about that recently, about the decorations downtown, how it was back in the late the 50s and 60s.
Yes.
70s there with the big garland lit up, and then you had that picture on those squares there.
Yes.
And they lit up, and then it must have been before then they had the circles that had pictures on them, and they lit up. Now Pennacook got that afterwards, but then each side street had decorations. Now
they did. Warren Street and School Street and Pleasant Street, including Lower Pleasant Street had them too.
Yeah,
and
Street.
So did Depot Street.
Depot Street had a couple.
So it just really, you walk along there, and it was a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, it was Christmassy.
Yes, it really was, and that's missed. And then, of course, at Pleasant Street, you have
the big candelabra.
Yes, the candelabra.
I wonder whatever happened to them.
I researched after you and I had talked about it, and supposedly a truck or something hit it coming through. And I went to the library and went back over the old Concord monitors, and I didn't find any story related to that happening or to why they were stopped. But then back then they didn't cover things the same way. So it just may not have been. But I would look to see the following year if it was referenced as to why we didn't have it or anything else. I couldn't find anything, and there's no guide you can look in to look up something. So but I do remember that.
Oh yeah.
And only for a couple of years. In my memory, I was probably 6, 7, 8 at the time. But I think by the early 60s, they were gone, and you just had
the big angels.
Yes, the angels.
The angels there.
Right. But Manchester still had them across the street.
Oh, yeah.
And you'd stand at, excuse me, my allergy season. You would stand at one end of Elm and look down, and all you saw were lights. It was
yes, I know,
the most beautiful. And I always said, why can't Concord have them across the street? And because they had to have them apparently in the 30s and 40s. They went across the street, but they had then stopped them. So. And our poles downtown weren't situated, so they were across from each other. And somebody told me that was the reason, because they were, not directly across, so it would have been at an angle. But who knows?
And what's sad too is that they stop at Bridge Street a lot of
Yes. And
the bank, the TD Bank. There,
right.
They had nothing. No. I said, what happened to the banners?
And there's Holiday Inn and all of the other, and there's nothing. It just boom. It's the end of it.
If I were on that end, I'd be a little complaining, because they used to go right up through there.
Yes, they did.
With stuff. Now there's nothing.
No. And the other end, they stop at the Capitol Center. And they could use the banners on the other, beyond that, and take it all the way down to, Dunkin' Donuts or something, just to have something. But
no, I don't know. It's crazy. But anyhow, but no, we're looking forward to a great parade. I mean,
I'm sure.
Boys and girls bring their letters to Santa, of course. And, it's going to be, just hoping for Mother Nature to cooperate and give us the nice weather that we desperately need.
And then the day after Thanksgiving, and that starts at 4 o'clock?
Yeah, they'll be down there at 3 o'clock, 3:30, but we definitely will start at 4.
At 4. And the tree gets lit at 1 minute of 6.
Yeah, 1 minute of 6, they'll start the countdown, and then they'll light it, and then, of course, the fireworks go off. So.
Which are beautiful.
Yes, they are.
A great fireworks display.
Yeah.
And it really is just a good inaugural for the season, even if people aren't feeling the Christmas spirit at that time, that day. They will by the time they finish the tree.
And then, of course, like I said, back years ago, the Salvation Army used to be up there with their little huts.
Yes.
Those are long gone, but. And I still remember the Santa hut on the State House Plaza.
Yes. Yes. And
Right.
it is the State House Plaza. They can call it City Plaza, but it's the State House Plaza. And if you say State House Plaza, it's a more definitive understanding of where it is.
That's right.
If you say City Plaza, I've had people say to me in front of the City Hall.
That's where I would
I'll
think
say,
of,
no, it's in front of the State House. Why is it not called the State House Plaza? So
that's what I would. When I think
be
of
that.
City Plaza, I think of the State House area.
Yes.
I mean the City Hall.
City
Plaza.
Hall area.
Yeah,
Yes.
So I think of it. So I don't know, but anyway, it's it's all coming up. It is.
Yes, it is.
Possible, And nothing. It's funny. All the stores are ready now. The TV. No more of those stupid political ads.
Exactly.
Exactly. And now we got tons of Christmas ads coming on. So the music, satellite radio has started with their non-stop Christmas music.
And of course, Hallmark Channel is well into there.
Yes, they start October 29th with non-stop Christmas shows.
Eventually, we'll see them starting Labor Day weekend, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, crazy though, but and then of course, day after Christmas comes out the Valentine.
Yep. Always got to be something out there.
I know. Paul, it just, it's a great time of the year, but I'll tell you, but boy, it goes fast.
It does.
And then you wonder, where did it all go? I've started decorating outside a little bit, but not much so far. I haven't had the enthusiasm yet.
Well, again, I think it's the political season has drained people, and it's going to take a little while to get our balance again and start to, go on with life. And so I think that, these definitely, between the parade and the tree lighting, are definitely ways for people to reconnect with the season and to put all of the, unpleasantness of the whole political arena behind them.
Yeah, it's true. So we're getting ready to close around town again, and it's been a pleasure, Paul, having you come on.
Thank you.
Hopefully
been
we'll
great.
see you at the parade. Or the
I
tree
will
lighting.
be there. I will be there.
And I know Ian's going to be up there with both of them, and just another great day. Hopefully Mother Nature will cooperate.
She will.
And with that in mind, November 19th at 9:30 on the Heights for the parade. And November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving, in tradition with downtown, we'll be lighting up the tree and the crush up there at the plaza. And entertainment starting at 4 o'clock. So, and Santa Claus comes into both events, and it should be a great time for all. So, please, we still need your donations, though. And that tells me we're out of time. So, I'm Dick Patten, along with Paul Brogan and Ian Marx. Have a great day, great weekend, and we'll talk with you soon on Around Town.